Hello to all our friends out there in the financial advisor group world. We are back for rapid fire episode. I can't even do it on one hand anymore. Rapid fire episode number
Hold on.
11.
I got the one.
Oh, you got the one? There we go. That works, right? 10 plus 1, I think, equals 11. And a belated happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there in financial advisor group world. We hope everyone enjoyed their time with family. Ben, how was your day yesterday?
It was good. Yeah, lots of time with family and friends. So hopefully everyone had some relaxing time and got to spend it with those that are most meaningful to each other. So I think we want to start off with favorite dishes. So I'm a big meat person, not even th for just Thanksgiving, but just in general. So my Thanksgiving favorite dish had to be turkey. So turkey and gravy, it's a staple. We're more turkey household than ham. But Damien, what's your favorite dish from Thanksgiving?
Well, and I think you answered one of my questions, Ben, would be, is that turkey with gravy on it or dry? I guess the gravy is part of the equation, right?
It's part, so it's not I like light gravy.
All
Light
right,
gravy.
all right.
So it's like dry turkey and then I'll put some a little bit on top. But I like the actual turkey, not really the gravy. The gravy is just a compliment.
All right, I'm a little different. Just I love the gravy is one of my favorites, but I'd say stuffing. My mother-in-law's stuffing is one of the best. I look forward to it every year and would probably just eat a plate of that instead of anything else. So by far something that I look forward to every year. Again, there's got to be gravy on top of the stuffing as well, because the gravy, it's like the icing on the cake, right? It's just it makes everything taste better. Uh, but yeah, I think it's, at this time, it's a time to be thankful. Hopefully, our clients out there had a great time to be able to spend time with family, friends. The weather in general participated for anyone who was traveling around. There wasn't too much bad weather around the country as well. So hope one had safe travels around and just enjoyed t spending time with family and friends. And I guess we can transition into sort of what's an update on things on our end, Ben. Is there much new going on?
Yeah, what's new or not new? Yeah, so we want like we're probably keeping this conversation pretty light. Just also it's Thanksgiving, but also just because there's not a whole lot that's new. There was the government shutdown, which has delayed a lot of the key indicators that we're looking at, like jobs data, spending data, all of that. But also, even with that, there's not a whole lot that's changed. The same theme has been going on. There's a little bit of a buzzword that's new, the K-shaped economy. It not exactly new. It was prevalent when COVID happened, and now it's having a resurgence in the headlines. But it's pretty much what we've been saying. The K equals like the top half, basically the wealthy, those people that have, more professionalized jobs are doing very well, whereas the bottom part, more blue collar, those that are, normal everyday working people, middle class, lower income households aren't doing very well. So we have a big divergence, and that's kind of the new term is the K-shaped economy. So nothing's new. I mean, we've been talking about that for a while. But
Yeah, and I think it made me think of my days back of watching Sesame Street of, this rapid fire episode is brought to you by the letter K. So I think it's like Ben said, it's we may not have had that fancy term, the K-shaped economy earlier, but it's been the same theme we've talked about all year. And I think the this one of the underlying themes to this is the overall cumulative effect of inflation, I think is being felt more than ever. And I think the wealthy, we might complain that airline tickets are more expensive, or paying for Thanksgiving dinner is more expensive, or going out to eat is more expensive, but the wealthy can absorb that. There's more and more people who that cumulative inflation is starting to hit them at home. And I think that's where you see this real weird K-shaped situation where markets at all-time highs, but consumer sentiment at all-time lows, right? That's literally a K, right? But it makes sense because profitability is high. People who have wealth are in great position. However, like Ben has pointed out before, that, when markets or economies start to struggle a little bit, it's usually unfortunately that lower level consumer that gets hit first, right? They're the ones who get sort of the feel the brunt early on, which you certainly see. So nothing new, like Ben said. It's just I think it's a continuation of the same stuff that's been going on throughout the year. And like Ben said, having the shutdown in place, it sort of limits us to what data's out there. But the trend continues that the job market is struggling a little bit. It's not as great as it was a year or two ago, and we just need to keep an eye on that going forward.
Yeah. And I think the only thing that's really changed, if people are focused on, the S&P or the markets, we did have a little bit of a, I wouldn't even call it really a pullback, but it went down like 5% and then it's back up 3%. So we're seeing a little more of that volatility, which is again something that we've talked about. And just remember, like, volatility is kind of the price we have to pay for having longer term growth. If you don't want any volatility, then you're stuck, earning whatever your bank's paying you in a checking or savings account. So again, that's kind of what is expected after 3 really good years in investment returns. So something that we're thankful for, of course, is the investment
And
markets.
I'd say
But
in a weird way, Ben, I think we've talked about this all year. Expectations have gotten higher. And I think in a weird way, we can be thankful for that. That's a great position to be in, that we expect more. I think even as living, right, as part of the reason consumer sentiment is so low is our expectations of how we live today are higher than ever before. And you can say that's negative. It's a good thing, right? We're advancing. But we need to realize those expectations are higher, so they're harder to meet. So again, to be thankful for the fact that we live in a world that our expectations are increasing, that's a good thing. But we need to realize that makes those expectations harder to meet. And that's, I guess, if you think of the negative side of it. And if we trend, so I think in general, Ben, any other comments on the economy or markets before we get into
no, no, I
our
think that's pretty much, yeah, status quo. Nothing really big has changed. So we're recording this, it is Black Friday, so
Yep.
we're probably going to see some shopping data come in probably in about a month. So that's the only thing to look out for. But no, I think we can just kind of dive into our Thanksgiving message. So I think from our firm, we really want to echo, we're super thankful for our clients. We all are thankful for friends, family, all of that, but our clients are the core part of our business, and we couldn't do it without your trust, confidence. And we enjoy also, we couldn't do our YouTube thing without the
Yep.
views. So we're very thankful for that.
Yeah, and I
But
think it sounds corny, but again, the reason we're in the position we are is because of our clients and the trust they continue to place in us. We don't take it lightly. So it's from us to you. We want to say thank you. I think last time, again, a thank you. I think Ben and I asked to get subscribers over 100 and blew through it up to 113 subscribers. So again, if you see that like button down there, smash it. Next step is 200. There's never enough, right? So we got to get to that. And I think a hint for we have a sort of we call it a holiday tradition in December that I think our next episode will be something that Ben and I have got into is our naughty or nice episode. And I think Ben's already trying to figure out the angle for the naughty or nice for our December video. So
they're always a hit. So that's also another benchmark, is our highest viewed video aside from Mary's, that she did the tax video.
we can't compete with Mary.
Exactly. I don't think we're getting to that one, but our highest like rapid fire type video was a naughty or nice, and that's at 330 views. So that's our next goal, if we can eclipse that. So we'll can't spoil too much, but we have a lot in store for the end of year video.
Yep, looking forward to it. And again, thank you to clients, friends of the firm, our staff, right? Our staff, we made it through another great year with just December to go. So just appreciate where we are. Hopefully all of you out there in financial advisory group world were able to spend time with family and friends this last couple of days. Liam's home from college from my perspective. We don't get to see him that often anymore. So the four of us together, you sort of take that for granted and just I realize more and more how much I appreciate that family time. So hopefully you all got to do the same thing and enjoy whatever decorations you have coming up for whatever the holidays coming up. And we'll see you again in a couple weeks for Naughty or Nice.
All right, take care.
Take care.